Fine.
Well, hi, everybody. It's Peter Gordon from New York Financial Organizers, and I'm here with Wayne Carrabus of Fundament, Lanza, and Pasculli. You know, in our business, we refer professionals who often work with seniors, and we're often asked about trust and estate attorneys, and it's very important for us to work with trust and estate attorneys who are also elder law attorneys. It's not always the case. And I've been really impressed with Wayne and his organization and how they handle their clients. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to spend 10 or 15 minutes talking to Wayne about what he does and how he helps people and how also we work together. So with that, hi, Wayne.
Hey.
Why don't you give us a quick background on you? Because you do have a unique background.
Sure. I'm an attorney here at Futterman, Lanza, and Pasculli. Prior to becoming an attorney and joining the firm, I was actually an accountant, and I have a CPA license as well. So I find that pretty useful as I go about my business here as an attorney. So focusing on the law, but I also have the accounting background, which is very, very helpful at times.
And how long have you been at Fundament?
I've been here for a little over 2 years, before that I was actually working on Wall Street as a investment banking attorney, and made the transition and really had some actual personal experiences that kind of led me in this direction, and I am very, very happy with making the move and where I am today.
From my experience, the people I network with and that I refer business to, more often than not, it's a personal experience that's got them into doing something within the world of senior care, whatever that might be. And I'm surely no different.
That's right.
So why don't we talk a little bit about, something specific towards the seniors and services that you would offer and how you guys work, what your process is.
Sure. So we sort of offer a full range of services relating to elder law, estate planning, trust and estate work. But one of the most sort of common cases that we come across is a situation where a person requires some help, and the level of help, will depend on the situation, but normally there's a loved one involved who is familiar with this person and is noticing that there are some changes happening, and as a result of those changes, whether it's physical, mental, or a combination of the two, that person is no longer fully capable of taking care of themselves and taking care of their affairs. And so oftentimes, when this is noticed, it might go on for a little while, but after, the care needs increase, that is when, the family member, sometimes it's a spouse, sometimes it's a child, that's when they make the appointment and they bring, their spouse, their parents in, and that's when the discussion kind of kicks off from there.
And so what's the type of information that you generally ask, what you're looking for to get a sense of what the needs are? So
first, we're kind of focused, on the safety and well-being of a person. So it's sort of the activities of daily living, making sure that they are, able to, bathe and eat and take their medication. And those are the things that, when a person is unable to do that, their safety, may be at risk. And then it sort of, it kind of progresses from there. If somebody is falling or has problem, just getting around, then it's sort of securing care so that, they can be, reside home, safely without having any incidents that might, injure them or put them in the hospital or rehab.
Right. Now, reside at home and stay at home.
That's right. So a lot of times the progression is, when somebody starts to need help, the family member, or family members rotating sort of take the initial caregiver responsibilities. And then as that need sort of increases, everybody has their own stuff going on. They have their own families, their own careers. So having to then add, primary caregiver on top of that is very, very taxing on a person. And so one of the programs that we seek, as sort of a first, a first program to look to is Community Medicaid, which is a program where Medicaid will provide an aid at no cost to a person, and that aid will come to the house and provide care there. And the great thing about that is the person can remain home where they almost certainly want to be. They're most comfortable, and having that care there will allow them to remain there safely.
Right. And how do you qualify for community Medicaid?
So there's sort of two steps to qualifying. There's financial eligibility and then the medical need component. Real quickly, to just touch on the highlights of the financial eligibility, asset limit $15,900, an income limit of $884 per month. The asset limit is a hard limit, so you need to be under that or you will not qualify. The income limit, if there is any excess income, you can keep it. You just have to manage it in what is called a pooled trust, and you can actually pay household bills out of that for the Medicaid recipient. After financial eligibility is achieved, and there's maneuvering that can be done with the assets. One important thing to note, with Community Medicaid, there is no look-back period or transfer penalties. So that means that if a person is over-resourced, transfers out of the person's name, whether it's into a trust or somewhere else to a family member, for example, will reduce the assets, and then that can allow the person to be under that limit. No look-back period right now, but there is one that is sort of impending. There's one, it was signed into law last year, and the actual implementation has been postponed. And we were hearing January 2022, and now there's talk of it being pushed further into 2022. So still no look back, but one is sort of on the horizon and may or may not be put in.
And that's a really important piece of information, because so many people think that, oh, to get Medicaid, they're going to go back 5 years and look at my assets. And that's true for institutional Medicaid when you go into a nursing home, but it's not the case when you're aging in place or living at home. And that's
right. Chronic Medicaid is the nursing home Medicaid that has the 5-year look back that everybody knows about and fears. But as complex as Community Medicaid is, it is actually fairly easy to get somebody to become financially eligible with the right advice.
And so there's if you would do that, if you would provide, if you'd help somebody to get Community Medicaid, would you do other services, trust related and estate related services? Usually it's on the front end in order to get somebody qualified. I mentioned transfers. We'll utilize irrevocable trusts, which is a very customary tool to use in the context of this planning. We do all the transfers. Real property requires deeds, and other transfers as well. And we sort of advise the clients on how to do that. But one of the issues that we see sometimes is that people are still overwhelmed. Medicaid will kind of take care of the medical care and the safety needs, but there are still a lot of other things that are out there that a person has that needs to be managed as well. And so that's one of the things that I found very appealing about your firm, is that just as a person
a child, for example, doesn't have the capacity to, take care of mom as the sole caregiver, even if the caregiving is sort of taken off the person's shoulders, they still may not have the time or the, even the knowledge to, balance, the financial aspect of things. And so oftentimes Medicaid is great. It provides this service, but there are other needs that a person might need. Just as an example, a case I recently came across. Mom not doing so great, needs some care, and I think a great community Medicaid candidate. And this woman happens to have two great daughters. The problem is the daughters don't live anywhere near mom. One's on the other end of Long Island. The other one's in a different state. And they both have their own families with children, and very time-consuming careers. And so they just couldn't add financial money manager to mom onto their list of responsibilities. And they were sort of in a tough spot. And then in talking to them, I sort of introduced the topic or the services that you provide, and they kind of thought it was a no-brainer to have somebody come in and help with the finances and be a trustworthy person to sort of delegate those responsibilities to.
Well, that's interesting. You say it was a no-brainer. Not everybody feels that way, but the key to our business and to your business and to other people who we work with is that level of trust, so, and I find that, we're able to, in sales parlance, close a client because they come in ready because they're dealing with a trusted advisor who's telling them this is what you should do. And the same thing when I have somebody and I want to refer, whether it be an attorney or a care manager or even a financial advisor, which we are not. We do not manage money. We help people pay their bills and organize their lives' daily demands, as we say. But the key there is the trust, and that takes time. So that's why it's great for us to work with one another. And I also find that the way we work, it's kind of like it's a team, and usually there's one individual or group or maybe family member who's in the middle, and then it branches out, and it could be a daily money manager, an attorney, and home health care agency, et cetera. And the most important thing, though, is for people to ask for help and to be willing to do that. And it's not easy. It's not easy. So
yeah, I agree. One of the most satisfying aspects of sitting on the other side of the table during a consultation, people come in and they are stressed to the max. They are have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they just don't know what to do. And in an hour and a half consultation, I can give them some pretty good information and at least a way forward, and know that there's hope, and they're not completely without any sort of help or anything available to them. So it is a thing where it's always better to seek help before it's really builds up. But again, some people just they try to do it themselves. They have the best intentions, and then it just sort of unravels, and then they it's more of a crisis situation. But it's always good to see people leaving the office a little bit calmer than they went in.
I want to relate a quick story, and then we'll be done. I was before this interview, I was with a client, and they have community Medicaid, but they need to reapply. And we were going through the examination. A nurse came to do the assessment, and the daughter and the son and daughter-in-law were there, myself and a care manager, and my client who's 96, and she's really sharp. She's really great. And she was like, who's paying for all this stuff? And am I paying for this? I said, well, actually, you did pay for it. all your taxes that you paid all those years as a school teacher has gone to New York State, and it's coming back to you. And that's, and it's wonderful. And she was very happy with that answer, and it's true. So,
yeah, it's New York State has some of the highest taxes, but it also has one of the premier Medicaid programs, especially community Medicaid. So, that there at least there is that, you're getting something back if you ever need it. Right.
And we might be able to write off our our state and local taxes again. So it's even better.
We'll see. A lot of change coming on.
Who
on
knows?
The horizon.
Yeah. But that is not the focus of this interview.
That's right.
So Wayne, that was great. I really appreciate it. I'm going to have your name and information at the end of the video. And anybody out there, don't hesitate to call Wayne and his company. And that's Fundament, Lanza, and Pasculli. They're a great firm. And like the other people I work with, they just want to help. And people are happy to talk. And there are generally no consultation fees in the beginning. We just really want to help and see if we can help you. And if not, we'll pass you on to someone who can. So
that's
with
right.
that, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And Wayne, I'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
Bye-bye.
All right.